How y'all doing today? I know that was a little Southern, but that's all right. I am Southern, okay? This is Linda Haupt with Linda Haupt Ministries, and I'm glad you joined us today. I want to give you a little information about some of my places that you can catch up with me. I have a YouTube channel, and it's Linda Haupt Ministries. My Facebook is Linda Haupt Ministries, and my email is lindahauptministries@gmail.com. My phone number that you can reach me at and leave me a message if you would like is 854-212-0567. So just get those little things out of the way so that you can reach me if you have any suggestions, any ideas, or you want to follow up on something that I said or that you heard. But today I have an awesome, awesome guest. Her name is Inetta Friends, and she has a show on WLCN as well, which you need to watch. It comes on Monday nights at 10 o'clock and Friday mornings at 10 a.m. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
All right. We are Southerners, aren't we?
Well, hey. Never lived north of the Mason-Dixon line, so I'm all right.
Ever.
So how are you today?
I'm doing well. Had to fight a little traffic coming in, but it's all well. I love Charleston. I love the feeling. It's electrifying. So I'm enjoying being here. I'm so glad to be here, and I'm thanking you for allowing me this opportunity to be on your show.
Well, I want to make sure that people know that you're out there, that they can talk to you, that you actually have a show, and that they'll watch the show because I know you got some amazing guests.
Yes, we do. The show is called Inetta Friends, and like you said, we come on Monday nights at 10 p.m. And we try to dig into some topics that are relevant, for this time. Our very first show, we're going to be talking to a Miss Brianna Parker, who dropped out of school when she was 15, got pregnant. Her mother died when she was early. Her grandmother raised her. But she ended up writing a book. She's never been on assistance. She has an autistic child.
Oh my gosh.
And she has another child. So she has two children. She's a single mother. She has two children, one being autistic. And she has managed to build a home. She is graduating from college with a psychology degree in a year. So this is someone that has really, against all odds,
that is amazing.
She went from poverty to prosperity.
Oh my gosh.
So it's those kinds of people. We have another show where we talk to mothers who have lost sons to gun violence. And that was a very riveting show as well. Very sad. I mean, to see mothers just hold on to their faith, but still be torn apart by the loss. I have a son and a daughter and little granddaughters and one grandson, and I can't imagine. You can't imagine.
No.
You can't really imagine. But the show has been so very, very. As a matter of fact, when the pastor is traveling with me today, Pastor Connie Brown, she is one of the ones on the show, and she lost her son to gun violence by the police, and she's still looking for answers. And for her not to have any answers, but still, minister to other people and still retain their faith.
Oh my goodness. That's truly a work of God.
Yeah, it is. And so that's just a couple of examples about some of the shows that we have. We're trying to portray or trying to display people that, regardless of their circumstances, they have risen to the cause, and they still remain a beacon for other people to see. And so that's amazing.
That is very, very, very amazing. And I clicked with you when we first met, and we were just talking about her, about her husband too, and he's such a darling. He really is.
Right.
But we just clicked in the beginning, and I was really glad that you decided to do the show with us and to put your show on WLCN TV. I have a question for you, though.
Okay.
How did you get started in ministry?
Oh, wow. I had been in church all of my life, not some of my life, all of my life. I popped out of the womb in the church. And it was just, something that you did, but it was something that I enjoyed doing. I always had a knack for putting programs together. I put programs together during my first program, my first production, I should say, in the church. I was 13 years old. And I put together the Easter program with plays. It was just phenomenal.
Oh, awesome.
And everyone was just so amazed because how the other young people came together with me. I was 13 and actually looked like I was about 6 or 7 because I was so short. But they, followed instruction. And from then, I was the first musician in the church. I played piano, and they actually bought a piano for me.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm going to tell, sooner or later somebody's going to figure out that I'm old. I am old.
No, you're not.
And so they actually bought a piano for me, and so my husband now was singing on the choir. And our dates were he would come over, and we actually practiced singing, because he had this baritone voice, and I played the piano, and they were grooming us for, the Baptist church. He was to be the preacher, I was to be the musician. Well, it didn't quite go like that. We took a detour, 50-year detour. But anyway, I grew up, got married to someone else at the time, and joined the AME church. I was a member of the African Methodist Episcopal Church, and did everything. I became the administrator of the church. I was on the steward board. I was secretary of the church. I was a musician of the church.
You can't sit still, can you?
It was just all, and I did that. I even went to a few general conferences. I held district office. I held state office.
See, I told you she can't sit
still. It was just, through the ranks, about 30 years of that. And one day, it didn't just happen like that, but one day it was just like, okay, there's more. There's more. So I actually left the church for a while. And when I left, I went on a 40-day fast. And it was actually during this time from Ash Wednesday. I started a fast.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And I fasted for 40 days. And, it was from sunrise to sunset. And I did that for 40 days straight. I haven't done it since. And this was in 1999, I think, or 98. And then I got diagnosed with lupus during the same time.
Oh, wow.
And we opened a restaurant. And during the course of opening the restaurant is when the calling to start Women in Power Ministries.
Oh,
I had did not know what my undertaking was going to be, working with women.
Yeah.
I had no idea, but it stretched me to lengths that you would not even imagine. And I still had the prayer line is the thing that's really such a blessing for the ministry. It's still going strong after over 20 years. Awesome. Just the other night, we do midnight prayer. Prayer every night at midnight. And we have anywhere from 22 to 25 people on the line. And that's every night, 7 nights a week at midnight.
That is amazing.
Yeah. And Mother Jenkins, she's in Washington, D.C. She is the director of that line. And that has been the backbone of Women in Power Ministries. It's just been incredible, the people over the years that have been helped with that. Now, we do have conferences. We were to have our 20th year anniversary, but COVID came and it, changed a lot of things.
A whole lot of things.
So it puts a lot of things on hold. We have chapters, or had chapters operating, that sort of thing. We had the television show was kind of birthed out of Women in Power Ministry. Is brought to you by Women in Power Ministries. And at one time, at our peak, we had over 5,000 in membership all across the United States, Africa, Australia, New Zealand. And we still have membership. in those countries. So it's been a blessing, but it's been a growing up thing too, because during the course of that, I went through a horrible, horrible divorce. And I walked away from that as well. Just like I walked away from the church, I walked away from the ministry for a few years. I was done. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. My life is a mess. How can I lead other people with my life being a mess?
Oh yeah, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
It's like I told you when we first started talking. I can relate to you so much on so many levels because our lives have been kind of parallel. I walked away from the United Methodist Church and was away from the church for a while, and then I came back. Divorced.
Yeah.
I got 2 children that I raised by myself, pretty much, but you know.
Yeah.
What do? You do what you do.
You do what
Women
you do.
have to do what they can do. Now, I'm not saying men can't do it.
Right.
Because I do know some fathers that are doing it as well. But it's a hard thing.
It's hard. It is. Mentally, it was draining to me. It was the hardest thing I ever went through, because the 2 things that were so important to me were the things that I was losing. My marriage was so important to me, and my children were so important to me.
Right.
So I was like Job, I lost it all.
Yeah.
Everything that I worked for, everything that I cherished, everything that was a priority to me. I would always talk to other young women, and I would say, oh, you got to take care of your husband, and you got to do this, you got to be a mother as well, and but because those things were just so important to me, because I wanted family, I wanted my own, I wanted to belong, I wanted them to belong to me, So, and when that didn't happen, that was like it was like a knife. I had so many illnesses because of it.
Right. Well, it takes such a toll on your body when you
body.
go through any major thing like that. And it's just crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
We're going to take a really quick break here in just a second, but I want to talk about women in power when we come back, and a couple of other things, okay?
All right.
Okay, well, hang in there. We'll see you in a few. Hey, it's Linda Haupt. Nice to meet you. I want to welcome you to a different type of show. We're going to talk about different things, different people. We're going to talk about things that make you happy and some that make you sad. You can reach me at 854-212-0567, or you can email me at lindahauptministries@gmail.com, or look me up on Facebook or the web at Linda Haupt Ministries. God loves you, and so do I. Welcome back. As my guest is still here with me, and we're going to talk about a few things that are near and dear to her heart. And the first one, we're going to kind of catch up with, you left off with the divorce and what it did and things like that. You want to continue with that?
During the course of the divorce, my body physically went through so much. I had to have gallbladder surgery, and that turned into 6 months of a debilitating, paralyzing ordeal.
Oh my gosh.
I was to the point where they wanted to put me in a nursing home. One of my friends had to stay with me during the course of, I could actually smell death on myself.
Oh.
It was horrible. It was a horrible, horrible experience. And then not soon after I got over that, and I believe that it was the traumatic experience of going through the divorce, losing my ministry, losing my marriage, losing,
just losing.
Just losing. My body just was so beaten and so broken. I had a heart disease. So then I had to end up I had stents in before then, and then I had to end up having triple bypass surgery.
Oh my goodness.
And during the course of that, I had triple bypass surgery. And I had no one. My classmate actually took me to the emergency room. I had no family there at first. And it was like, because of the divorce, I was laying there and I was saying, okay, because of the divorce, I have nobody here with me. I said, just my classmate, longtime friend, but she was crying, and it was just a sad thing to go through.
Oh, yeah.
But when I came out of it, God said He healed my broken heart, and even the scars. And I wore something kind of low cut today on purpose, because they would say that when you have triple bypass, when they open you up like that, you can't wear. You can't wear a low cut anymore because of the scars. But my scar disappeared. And God said He mended my broken heart like it never happened. It's like going through labor pains. You remember the pain. You're going through the 9 months, the water gain, all of this, and that you go. But then when you have that baby,
all that goes away.
All that goes away. It goes away. So God let me know that He mended my broken heart.
That is so.
And now I have the ministry is back, and it's more effective now than it's ever been.
Oh, wow.
And I have a marriage now. I married my I can't say high school sweetheart, because we met when I was in middle school. We actually
middle school sweetheart.
Yeah, we went to his mother was my Sunday school teacher.
Oh my gosh!
So we met at the church.
There you go.
And we were engaged before he went off to military, but we didn't get married. We married other people. So now I'm married to him, and it's like. It's just no words to explain it. You met him, you've seen him.
You're so happy. Your face, you're just glowing talking about him. That's awesome.
It's just so. God has just restored, and not restored, because when He restores something, it's like He brings the old stuff back.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of new stuff.
He restored you with the different.
Yes.
There you go.
That's it.
But He never left you.
He never left me. No,
he
didn't.
Always
He was
there.
Right
but
there.
in here, we don't realize
That's
that.
right.
Here
That's
we
right.
know. Here we don't. And there's a disconnect between the two.
And it's funny you should say that, because God will use anything. At the time, I had a cat. I'm a cat person. Well, I'm actually a cat person, a dog person, a horse person, a bird person. all of the animals.
How about big cats, like
fish,
tigers?
Yeah, big cats, little cats.
Whatever.
Before COVID, I'd go to the zoo and just go, aww. I'm just an animal person.
Yes.
Well, I had a cat. She was completely white. White cat.
Goodness.
Beautiful cat.
Yeah.
Had her for 15 years. And during this lonely time, she was my only friend. And so at these times, I was so depressed until I got to a point where I started hallucinating. I would see stick people, on the wall. I'd see little stuff moving, that kind of thing. And she knew instinctively when I would get to this point, because she'd come and she'd crawl up in my lap. And she wasn't the type of cat that she did that. She wasn't a touchy-feely, lovey-dovey cat. But she knew. She instinctively knew when the depression would set in, and she'd bring me back to reality. And see, that's how I know when you're depressed, there are all kinds of things that go on. And I knew I was hallucinating. I would say, oh God, what is that? And it would seem like I would be moving the thing, on the wall. I wasn't taking any medication or anything.
Right.
But I was hallucinate because my mind was just so far. That's just how far down I was.
And people say animals don't have souls.
Oh, there you go. She died on Palm Sunday morning, 2018. Palm Sunday. And she didn't leave until I told her she can go. I took her to the vet, and the vet was like, she's, it's that time, it's that time. And they kept asking me what I wanted to do. I said, well, whatever we need to do. And but it was too far gone. And so when I told her, I said, you can go now. And she looked up at me and she left.
Oh, gosh. I love it.
And I had her for I had almost 16 years.
Oh.
Yeah. But I got another one.
There you go. Not a replacement.
That's right, a different one, a entirely different one. You know, and at the point where she was a she, I was like at the point, I don't want anything male in my house. I don't even want a male cat. I got a female cat. You know? Now I got a male cat.
Well, listen, that's so cool. I'm like you. I love animals. One of these days, I'm gonna have enough money to buy me a ranch. Where I can have a zoo. Anyway.
Yes, wouldn't that be it?
Wouldn't that be great?
You know, because they accept you for how you are.
Oh,
and
yeah.
See, she accepted me. I didn't have to act a certain way. I didn't have to dress a certain way. Didn't have to be a certain way.
That's right.
She accepted me just the way I was.
Yes.
And lots of times people are not like that.
Oh,
you got to say a certain thing. You got to do a certain thing. You got to act a certain way. You got to look a certain way.
Yes.
And their love has conditions, but an animal's love has
not.
no conditions.
Not at all. Well, talking about that, I wanted to ask you a question about women in ministry. What do you think and how do you feel about women in ministry? Of course, we're talking to ministers here.
Yeah.
But I want people out there to understand that
it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult. I get hate mail all the time. Hate mail through the mail to the ministry's post office box. How dare you be a minister and you feel the Bible says, you know, you have to be the husband, not a wife, and you know, I mean, all kinds of things. And I actually got this one time got some mail where someone had drawn like a pentagram and had women on it, and there was all kinds of craziness, and then had all this writings about how women were cursed and all this kind of thing. But you know, women were the first ones to carry the good news.
Absolutely.
And that same word says He's going to pour out His Spirit on all flesh.
All flesh. Yeah.
And God does not see gender.
Right.
He doesn't see gender. He doesn't see color. He doesn't even see human. Like I said, He will put His spirit in a cat. He did it in a donkey, and He'll do it in a cat.
Hello.
A dog. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
It doesn't matter, because if you can talk to people and they'll tell you all day long how animals have saved their lives.
Yeah.
You know, and people that they don't even know on the street will give them a word, and that one word saved their life. But see, God does not see gender. We see gender.
Right.
We see color. You know, we see human or not human. We see that, but God does not see that.
God didn't see that even in Adam and Eve in the beginning.
Even in Adam and Eve. Right. He can use anything, anytime, anywhere.
That's it.
To carry His word.
That's right.
You know. And so for people to say women in ministry, we've been in ministry all our lives. As mothers, we're in ministry.
Hello.
You know, as wives, it's a ministry. You know, because if we're compassionate.
Even in the community,
yes.
When people just come up and talk to you, you're always ministering to that person. I did that yesterday at CBS. Okay,
that's right.
You know?
That's right.
But in speaking on that very subject of women in ministry, and knowing that it might be difficult for them, but don't give up.
That's right.
If God has truly called you, He will put you with the people that you need to be with in order to get to where you need to go.
That's right.
I mean, Paul even walked with I want to say Dorcas. That is her name.
Yeah.
And then there's all these other people that he actually was with that were ministers.
That's
that
right.
were women.
That's right. They were women. They were women. And see, we don't get our full due on any of it. We don't get our full due when it's career wise. You know, and in ministry would not be any different. You know, it's the same. It's a corporation, so to speak, ran by men.
Sometimes. That's sometimes.
But that was one of the reasons why we formed Women in Power. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Well, tell me, how can people get in touch with you?
They can go to our website, and it's women, the letter N, the word power.org. womenempower.org is our website. We have a Facebook page called Women Empower International Ministries Prayer Line, and they can connect that way. And we also, on that website, we have the number to our midnight prayer call. They can join us every night doing a conference call. Mother Ruth Jenkins is the director. She's on there every night. She's 80 years old.
Wow.
And oh my God, is she not a powerhouse? She is. And I mean, 80 some years old, and she's on that line every night. And she's praying for people. I mean, she is, people request her. Now, we do have other intercessors on the line as well. We have other times as well, too. There are some people that have started their churches through that prayer line.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, yeah, it has been. And we've actually had a couple of men on there as well.
Bring you back here because we got to do some more talking.
Yeah, we're going to do some more talking. And you got to be on Inetta and Friends, so they'll see. We'll get to talk again.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Right.
Oh, amazing. Well, thank you. Thank your husband.
I will.
He's a darling.
Yeah.
And we will see you again shortly. Remember the show, of course, you're watching it tonight, but we also have our other bonus. I say bonus run. You can tell I'm in the business, right? My other showing is at 7:30 on Saturday night. So join us, and be sure to join Inetta Monday night at 10 p.m. and Friday morning at 10 a.m. Sorry about that.